Every kid knows what the David is, you know, even if you don't fully understand. And Michelangelo and the David was always there. I just had to chip away to find it. That's what I said when I was in the Uffizi gallery. I said, "Mommy, it's as if the David was always there. He just had to chip away to find it. And why is my penis just as big as his?" Hello and welcome to Is This Good? The show where we boldly, conclusively, and scientifically decide what things in this big wide world are good. I'm Matt Austin, and with me as always is production powerhouse Jason Doyle.
Hello.
Thanks for coming, and today's guest is an in-demand podcast producer, video editor, and sound engineer at Classic Factory Studios in Atlanta. In her spare time, she's a mother of two, a pickleball champion with a 4.0 plus duper rating, and the most aggressive knife salesman you'll ever meet. As the prophecy foretells, she will one day return to Digby, Nova Scotia, on the frigid waters of the Annapolis Basin, and claim her rightful title as Scallop Queen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Rachel. Don't call me Bud Seelig. Rachel, welcome to Is This Good?
Wow, you know, that was quite special. I see why people are flustered when you introduce them. I'm all a titter.
Well, the professionals aren't, but you know, it's true. The lights are brighter now because you're not behind the production. I mean, if this is the first episode of the show you've ever listened to, Rachel produces the Thursday show, The Great Beyond, and Is This Good companion pod, which you weren't on. Well, you were on it this week, but it was a Patreon. So people didn't get to hear you on Thursday. The majority of people.
Right.
Yeah.
The good people that are doing what we tell them to and subscribing at patreon.com/isthisgood, they heard you on Thursday talking about how angry you've been at your husband, Jason, all the drugs you want to do.
So sexy. Yeah.
But the majority of people didn't. So we decided to have you on today, but you're not behind the computer. The security blanket's gone.
It feels quite different. I feel like exposed. Hopefully I won't feel violated by the end of this, but you know.
Oh, you will. You will, but let's be honest, you'll be violating many more people than could ever violate you.
At least it's only their ears. At least it's only their ears.
Well, the camera's on you. It's going to be on you all show. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
It's true.
Everyone you know is watching.
Okay.
Including especially the moms at school that you don't get along with. JD, I didn't tell you this. This is the show we're submitting for the Webbies.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Great.
so no pressure, Rachel.
I'll keep my top on? No?
I don't know. Well, that's the episode we submit for the AVN Award.
That's right.
You could take your top off for that. And actually, JD, let's get wide on that shot because pants, we don't need them.
Exactly.
Are you officially a Rachel Doyle, or are you Rachel Seelig, your maiden name?
Seelig, I've never changed my name to Doyle.
You've never. So if I asked you changing your last name, is this good? You would say.
I would say
not
no.
Good.
No.
Doyle's a good last name, though, as far as they go.
Well,
would you say it's a step up from Seelig or neutral? Lateral move.
I've always I'm changing my identity. I would rather just keep my identity, but then there was times when the boys were born where I'm like, you know what, we're the Doyle family, and so I mostly called myself Doyle. So it would feel like I was part of the club because they're all Doyles. But I'm like, my name's always been Seelig. Why? No, I'll keep it.
You didn't want to have to do that thing on Facebook where you put Rachel Doyle and then in brackets after it Seelig for all your high school friends to find you.
I don't need to be found. It's fine. Yeah.
So everything, passport, license, library, membership, that's always been Seelig.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And you've never worried that, you know, I don't know, like the kids' school calls or you come and they're like, are you sure you're their mom? Because you have a different last name.
I always have to show ID, so I do probably. I mean, they're like,
well, so do I.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, but the ID just confirms who you are. It doesn't confirm that you're their parent.
Right.
That's true. They don't care.
They don't seem to care.
They just want to tick a box. Get these kids out of here. I went one day to pick up Jackson. She's like, could you take a few more, please? It's one of those days.
Oh, assistant principal humor.
Right?
One of my best friends at school was the secretary that worked at the front desk of my elementary school.
Oh.
She didn't make me use the payphone.
Wow.
She let me use the phone. Dial 9 to get out. That's the first time I learned about that as a young kid. Other kids, because if you're, what would it be? Sometimes I would dial 911 on accident, and I'm trying to figure out how I did that.
Just all the time.
I guess I pressed 9 twice, and then if the number started with 11, this is in the days before area codes. Let's just say I called 911 a few times
from the school.
From the school.
Wow.
For no reason.
Damn.
You didn't lose the privilege.
No, but she was a lovely, lovely woman. Rachel, do you want to get into the spirit of the "is this good" mindset?
Take me there.
Okay, take you there, just because you're not there already.
I don't know. I mean, you got to guide me. You can be my
I'm going to guide you like a shaman through this. So one way to decide if something's good is to rank it, right? And then we see how good it is compared to other things.
Okay.
So just at the start of the show, just to get you in the mood, I'm going to ask you to blind rank something. So normal ranking, I would give you 5 options. You would take out a pen and paper, decide what order they go in. But this is blind ranking. So you're going to rank things 1 to 5 without knowing what the other options are. So you got to be strategic. You understand what I'm telling you?
Okay. All right. You're already making me feel a little woozy. Okay, let's go.
You'll get the idea.
Do you have a pen and a paper there?
I have a pencil. Oh.
Okay, perfect.
There we go.
So the category is jobs you've had.
Oh, boy.
Okay? Jobs, careers, vocations, métiers, if you will. So I'm going to give them to you. You got to rank in 1 to 5, but again, you don't know which other, because you've had more than 5 jobs. So you don't know which other ones I'm going to be picking here.
Okay.
All right, first one, McDonald's line cook.
Just out of 5, not out of 10, you said.
Out of 5.
Okay.
1 to 5.
1 is the best. 1 is the best.
5.
Okay, that's the worst.
So you're saying there's nothing you've done in your life that's been worse than McDonald's line cook.
All right, give me 4.
It's because I'm about to say elephant shit shoveler.
Yeah, there's a few that you might not have heard about. So.
Okay, now I did send a text. What is that?
Is it coming from you?
Oh, that's my smoke alarm going off.
That's kind of
weird.
This show is too hot.
Okay, can we pause for a quick sec?
Yeah, let's pause.
So I think it's an
Okay, I'll burn it up, baby! And we're back.
Wait, it just went off and then nothing.
I don't know. It was a ghost alarm.
Oh my God! Now
Unless
I'm
someone
concerned.
tooted too close to it, I don't know what could have set it off. You know what's actually concerning is there's one in the kitchen and there's one in our bedroom. But the one in the bedroom when I'm cooking always goes off, which I guess means that the one in the kitchen doesn't have batteries. So that's probably a pretty easy fix. Moving on. So you've just ranked McDonald's 4th.
Okay.
I was going to say, I texted JD before the show, and he was bragging to me that you were once Employee of the Month at McDonald's.
Yeah, but if you knew why, you'd probably not be too impressed.
Go on.
Okay, he didn't say this. Go on. What happened?
Okay, he told you it was the very first month I worked there.
He didn't tell me
just
anything
said that
except
you were
she
Employee
was
of the Month.
Employee of the Month.
Okay, so it was the very first month I worked. I was 18. I didn't wear underwear in those polyester pants. And the manager kind of had a thing for me. So,
Well,
And
yeah.
so he thought putting your picture up would endear you to him?
I don't know. I think I just kind of...
You don't think it's a coincidence? You were probably worked your ass off, pun not intended.
There were
and
no
you were-
underwear lines, and that was important there.
And you did well. You took the job seriously. The manager was impressed.
Yeah,
And he made you Employee of the Month. But in your mind, you're like, well, I didn't wear underwear that first month, so Employee of the Month over here.
And you're also implying that after that first month when you got Employee of the Year, that was only then did you realize maybe I should be wearing underwear. Maybe that's why everyone's calling me fish fillet behind my back.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'm assuming or not giving myself enough credit on the grill, but...
Yeah, why didn't you start wearing no bra, too? And then maybe go for 2 in a row?
Yeah, month after month. What's going on here?
Wait, why is everyone calling me milkshake now?
So what?
Hey, they say that's the milkshake machine that's never broken.
I just went through a no underwear phase.
So you were
and
just
that
in a
was-
phase like it wasn't like, wow, these polyester pants feel amazing.
No, I don't know why, but I went through a no underwear phase, and it just happened to be during the time I was working, like before and after the McDonald's thing.
Wow.
Which polyester down there is probably not good for your vagina.
Well,
I don't know. But anyway.
I don't. But anyways.
But anyway, I got the award. Yay.
Okay.
Congratulations.
And,
Thank you.
Anything ever happen with you and this fella?
No.
Okay, even though he was a manager, which is impressive.
No.
Okay. And did you feel like people were celebrating your win as Employee of the Month, your fellow coworkers, or was there some backbiting and jealousy? You've only been there a month. You're the newbie.
It wasn't really discussed too much. I mean,
It wasn't the hot topic.
yeah, I don't think I hung
That's
out
fine.
with a lot of the people who worked there at the time, and I moved on. We moved to Toronto, and that was the end of my McDonald's career.
Hardest thing to make on the menu?
Oh, it was. I mean, it was like just burgers and patties, and no, there was nothing hard.
Nothing hard.
No,
That's why she was Employee of the Month, folks. Nothing phased her.
exactly.
All right. So the first one was McDonald's. You ranked that fourth. Next one, podcast producer.
Yeah. Well, I guess I don't know the other things. All right, I'll save that for. It's probably 2 or 1. I mean, really.
Wow. The honor of a lifetime, it sounds like, working with us, Jade.
You guys are so fun, and it's so funny, and it's really fun.
So
We don't make fun of you for not wearing underwear.
No.
We celebrate.
I'm looking for my employee of
Well,
the.
it doesn't
month.
factor in. That's the thing.
That's-
In this factory, it does. Whether or not you wear underwear does not factor into your performance review.
It's good.
Rachel, if you come in next week and that desk you're sitting at is a standing desk, you'll know. You'll know we're trying to drive viewership. Actually, the desk you are at is a standing desk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just gotta zoom out. Okay, next one, bartender.
Hold on. What was the ranking?
Oh.
You have
She
to
said
pick.
2. She said 2.
And she said 1 or 2.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'll just.
You gotta pick. Come on.
Okay, I'll say 2.
Okay.
Okay, she said 2. Next one, bartender.
3.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, if I'd picked, because you were also a waitress, would that be lower? Like bartender better than waitress in your experience?
Definitely better.
Even though, speaking of not wearing underwear, on the Patreon episode that people missed, I don't know why I'm telling them,
Go back and watch it.
but you talked about having to dance on the bar.
Oh, yeah. Well, I never did it. They
know.
strongly suggested it, but
But on a day when you go to work, you probably were like, should definitely wear underwear.
yeah, that would be bad. Well,
would be
maybe
bad.
good for some, bad for others.
Okay, number 4 job, bus driver. You're famously a bus driver of the TTC, the Toronto Transit Commission,
God,
in the early to mid 2000s, if I'm
The
placing
early
that right.
aughts. Yep.
yeah.
The early aughts.
Oh, it's so hard. There's so many like good parts about all of these jobs, and so many about them.
Well, some of the bad parts, you crashed the bus numerous times.
Got a citation.
You got cited
No,
for
citation
making
is
No,
a bad
sorry,
thing.
What is it? Accommodation.
Yeah, commendation.
Oh, you got a good thing?
Commendation.
Yeah.
Yeah, she saved a kid
Oh, right. We heard this
by
story.
crashing the bus.
You smashed the car, and then you made up the fact that there was a kid running around.
Oh, I didn't make it up. The paramedic who was on the bus.
You took a
wrote-
bus full of people and made a U-turn on one of the busiest streets
That
in
is a
Toronto.
Separate incident. but
Separate
yes.
incident.
Separate incident, right? That's a citation.
Yeah, I got out of that one.
Stressful. It was very stressful.
And my hours were 9 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Okay, so this sounds not good. I
Not
don't know
good.
why you're...
That's true. And the other part that was really hard. So this is every route in North
York?
It was North Toronto. It was like
Yeah.
Scarborough, into North Toronto.
So and this is before, like, you had Google Maps or, like, we had to know, like, I was on call every shift when you start. So you just go there for your time slot, 9 p.m. to 6 a.m., and you wait to take whatever route they give you, and you have to know it.
Oh, out of how many do they, like, options?
All of the routes in...
Like 50 minimum.
And so
you had to memorize?
I would...
Yeah.
Like, did you sit in bed at night going, south on Yonge, right on Queen,
I made myself...
right on Tecumseh?
Cummer, that was a place. Anyway, 50 cue cards that said left on this street, right on this street for every single route.
Oh my God.
And so, and some of them, like to the airport, I was like, oh God, I hope I never get that, because I never knew the route that you were supposed to take to the airport, and everybody I asked was like, I don't know, I've never done it. I don't know, I've never done it. I'm like, oh my God, if I get that route, I'm fucked.
It's true. It's like you're driving people to the airport, and people are like, I think you're supposed to make a right there. And you're like, this is the fastest way. If I keep making all the stops, you will miss your flight.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can't even imagine how much easier and less stress it is with an actual system to just tell you. Yeah. Anyway. But it was...
There's some classic routes, like, you know, when I lived in Montreal, the 24, shout out to the 24, went all the way down Sherbrooke Street. That's an easy one. Like,
Right.
I'm sure the one that goes... Well, in Toronto, I guess they're mostly streetcars that go, like, up Bathurst or whatever. Or, you know, but when you're going all the way down the street, that must be the best gig. But some other buses, turns that I had ridden certain buses in Montreal for years and still wouldn't know confidently right here, left here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then what? There's a detour, there's a truck blocking a lane or something. People, be nice to your bus drivers out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going in at number 5. So bus driver, worse than McDonald's line cook. And finally, I guess we know by process of elimination where this is going. And I think you might be happy about this, actually. Painter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Tell us about your painting career.
Oh, just obsessively painting. Well, I did it as a teenager, stepped away from it, and came back to it, and did a few markets, sold some to other people, but then, you know, I'm now obsessively back into the podcasting, and I love it. So I haven't picked up a paintbrush in a while. So, yeah.
You have, would you say whims or would you say short attention span?
ADHD is definitely
What's the
there.
difference?
Yeah, I guess
But-
you're right. Whims is a nice way of saying she's a little erratic.
But whims, I think it's just till the next opportunity. Like once one presents itself, I am so in there. I don't think about anything else. Like Hazel,
That's right.
Like Hazel
She's so
is with
committed
the
to this
ball.
podcast.
That's right. Until she loses interest, and then we're screwed.
Well, my children have derailed the shorts lately because, you know, life, graduation, all that stuff. But, you know, when you get me 110%. So
Okay,
that's
beautiful.
something.
Were there any jobs that I didn't mention that would have ranked high? Because I know, for instance, ice cream scooper was one. Knife salesman, of course. We've talked about that on the show, and you almost bled to death in a stranger's apartment. Waitress we covered. Office administrator for an assistant sound editor in Toronto. Childcare worker. Now, I didn't know JD told me childcare worker if you worked in a place, or he just meant taking care of children is the hardest job a person can do.
A combo of both. I worked in some daycares in Toronto when I was living there.
Oh, you did work in daycares.
Yeah, and I also, when we moved out to Scarborough, I did childcare out of my home, and I would take, you know, the boys were at home, and I would take them to their school, and I took care of some other kids. So honestly, I think that might have ranked maybe the highest.
6?
No, the highest, because I really...
you liked nurturing.
Well, that time with the kids was so special.
Well, I don't know if this makes you feel good, but all the effort you put in, they've already forgotten it. They don't know
Actually,
who you are.
That little fucker this morning, Lincoln, he was like, so what?
No, not your own kids.
Oh, the other ones. Oh, that's fine.
The other ones.
But,
That's fine.
But the time that was with my kids, it was also with, like, those kids were lumped in with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
And Lincoln this morning was like, oh, what's your best year? And I'm like, and I started to get all teary because he's graduating, and I'm like, oh, the year that we were taking you to school, and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, that was my best year too, when I was 6 and you would walk me to school. I'm like, stop it!
What does this kid want from you?
Yeah,
okay,
what
this
is
is
happening?
bullshit. There's no way that's his best year.
I don't know what he wants, but it worked. I'm like, what do you want? I'll give you it.
He's got a girlfriend in college. He went to New York for the first time, and you're telling me 6 years old was when the best he could hope for is a fruit roll-up at the end of the day.
Right?
Maybe that's less stress. Maybe he's feeling the stress.
He's moving out soon. That's the thing. He's getting all
Yeah.
melancholy.
Anyway,
Okay.
that was
Well,
good
that's
times.
beautiful.
All
All right, well, you in the mood now?
yeah, let's do it. You warmed me up.
Okay.
I'm ready.
So we'll take that part out, so people don't have to listen to it. And now that you're hyped up, that was like you were your own warm-up comedian at the Ellen show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Jeez, all lubed
Yeah.
up and ready to go. Let's do it.
All right, some quick housekeeping. If you want to support the show, like I said, go to patreon.com/isthisgood. You'll get ad-free episodes, all of them ad-free, and we are going to start doing more ads, so that might be something you want. You'll get access to our thriving community on Discord, and you will get an exclusive episode every month. As I already told you, that was last Thursday. It was a banger, and so go back and listen to it. You can get a free trial, but as always, we ask you to forget that you got a free trial.
Yeah.
Don't use Rocket Money. I never used it. I hope one day to
neither.
read an ad read for them.
Yeah, same.
But apparently, this is this thing that trawls your credit card and tells you, oh, you don't even realize you're paying $12.99 a month to LA Fitness. Well, that's probably really cheap. You're paying $39.99 a month to LA Fitness.
Yeah. I got to get that. And supposedly they cancel it for you.
Well, we don't know yet if you should get it.
Well,
If
I
they
see.
pay us,
They pay us.
we will tell people they should get it. You
Yeah.
should get it.
Okay.
Send topics for future shows to isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe to Is This Good on YouTube and leave a review on Apple Podcasts. I haven't seen one in a while. The last one was really nice.
Oh.
It was about, this guy was saying, when I listen to No Dunks, I've just been for the last 2 years ignoring every time they say to listen to your show and how good it is and how funny it is.
Huh.
And I finally decided to try, and I don't know. I'm an idiot. I should have done this 2 years ago.
Well, you got 2 years worth of episodes you can listen to.
Always looking on the bright side.
Yeah.
Rachel, the premise of the show is very simple. I'm going to give you a topic. You tell me if it's good. Here we go. First topic. Traveling with kids. Is this good? So we have a reader from an email. Just say that in reverse, and it'll make sense. Hi, guys. We're in Toulouse, France, for a 4-month sabbatical abroad. We've done a few family trips from our home base in France, and while no doubt these experiences have forced our kids to learn and grow, holy shit, do these kids ruin traveling. For example, Gus, 8 years old, gave the Mona Lisa a 4 on 10 and said he preferred the escalators in the Louvre.
Okay.
Greta, 13 years old, said she preferred Canadian pizza after having the real deal in Italy. What the hell? Traveling with kids. Is this good? That's from Kirsten B. So, this sounds like a nightmare to me. I've heard, tell me if you think this is true. Traveling with kids can be a trip, but it can't be a vacation.
Wow.
That's a good quote.
Interesting.
That's a good quote.
like it.
I've seen online people call it traveling with kids. They call it destination parenting. Huh?
I mean, yeah, to a certain extent. Well, Rachel, what do you think?
I think, yes, it's good.
Okay.
I mean, as it's, I mean, depending on the age, you're kind of just relocating and doing the same, unless you have a lot of help. If you have family with you who can actually give you a break where you and your husband or your partner can go chill out on a beach for a while, then maybe it's some vacation. Part of it is vacation, but it's really not. It's all part of raising kids where later on it's like, oh, I understand what family time is and I want more of it. And traveling was such a great time with them, even if they don't act like they're having a great time.
Right.
Like-
Well, isn't that's kind of the point, right? That's what to me seems so annoying about it is, as the parents, the ones planning it, paying for it, fucking packing for them. Not looking forward to that. Can barely pack for myself. The pleasure is deferred. Because not only is it neutral, and then later in life they'll be like, oh, wow, that's really cool. I saw the Mona Lisa when I was 8. Like, I've already been to the Louvre. That's pretty fucking cool.
Right.
I've seen the Eiffel Tower, whatever.
Right.
But it's not just neutral. It's bad. It's actually ruining your time. It's actually having to listen to a kid say, oh, this art is shit, and I want to ride the escalators up and down.
But are you sure it's just not like there's a small part that's negative that's overshadowing the more positive? Like, do you think it's
But that's
actually...
what negativity does. It overshadows
No,
the
I
positive.
know, but in order to counteract negativity, you try to look at the positive things. Like, even if the negativity is 20%, it's really only 20%.
60%. I would say it's at least 60%. You got to listen to these kids' food opinions. That was what would drive me up the wall.
Yeah, you can also just let them suffer and know that suffering is good for kids.
And by the way,
A little bit of suffering is good for children. Not a lot, but enough that they understand that something...
Suffering through eating a Neapolitan pizza. Which is hardly suffering.
But okay, what Canadian pizza did they have? Because if it's libretto or above, I mean, that is good pizza. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Lincoln's...
Yeah.
Their taste, their palate is too refined now where they won't eat shit. And it's a problem for me because I'm trying to get them to eat crappy food. And they're like, no. Kraft dinner? Why would I eat that?
Right.
But what, did you have the problem with them where, like, forget about vacations, for instance, that you would be making something objectively delicious and time-consuming and full of love, and they would just be like, it has a green thing on it. Green thing is parsley in this case. It has a green thing on it. I can't eat it. Like that kind of thing. Because I once, one of my mom's friend was staying with us when my parents were out of town, and she made me eggs, and then when she brought them to the table, they had pepper on them, and I cried.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's fair. There are times when I want to do that, at least once a month.
I said, the black things on it. I literally didn't know what pepper was. That's how stupid I was.
Wow, that's how sheltered you were.
I mean, like, now if you have, I don't know, pasta that has pepper on it, or a piece of meat or something that has pepper in the sauce, you're not going to see the flakes.
Right.
But there's nothing, it's like seeing coal on fresh white snow.
Right.
The egg really brings out the blackness of the pepper.
Totally.
And I didn't know what it was.
Absolutely.
And it freaked me out, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Aw.
Well, listen, how do you expect an 8-year-old to react to the Mona Lisa? I mean, any human being who finally gets to see the Mona Lisa is underwhelmed.
Yeah, that's true.
They're
just more honest.
Maybe the Mona Lisa is not a good... But you know what I will say?
Well, that's the example that they used.
When I was 8, the first time I went to Europe, I was older than that. I was 12 or 13. It was, if you're wondering, the time that I discovered bruschetta and brought it back to America.
Classic story.
It did not exist before. It really did impact me to see stuff that I had seen either as like a pop culture reference in a TV show or a movie or in a book that we were reading or something. Like, I thought, every kid knows what the David is, even if you don't fully understand, and Michelangelo and the David was always there. I just had to chip away to find it. That's what I said when I was in the Uffizi gallery. I said, "Mommy, it's as if the David was always there. He just had to chip away to find it."
Yes.
I like your baby voice.
And why is my penis just as big as his? So what was I saying? I had a giant penis as a child. No, it was cool. It was really cool to see.
Yeah.
And so the Mona Lisa is a meme essentially at this point. So I think it would be cool to see the original one. But what the fuck do I know? You're right. I mean, it's not the most impressive thing to see.
Right.
But there are other impressive things to see in the Louvre.
Absolutely.
Like the escalators.
Okay, but you know what? Like the escalators, fine. I mean, I'm trying to picture the escalators at the Louvre, and I don't remember them being anything spectacular.
They're not too spectacular.
But you know what? Like that's the point. That's the travel part of it. That's the. If they're more into the escalator than the Mona Lisa, you're still traveling and you're still spending time together. And if you're having fun on the escalator, then that's the special moment.
And you're experiencing it through their eyes, which is a cool thing.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'd like to experience it through their eyes at the Lenox Mall. The escalator at the Lenox Mall where I didn't have to pay $800 for you to fly across the ocean.
Right, but you're in the Louvre as well, right? You're still in the Louvre.
But they're ruining it for me.
How are they ruining it for?
If I'm even in the Louvre, Farver, I'm in Paris, and suddenly I'm looking through books trying to find, is there a children's museum here where my kids can play with Legos and blocks? And pretend
No,
it's
you're not doing
educational
that.
experience?
That's different. You wouldn't do that.
I don't know. I would.
I don't think you would. When you have a kid, you'll be like, let's do this. Let's do it right.
Yeah, so they can ruin it for me? You know what I'm
But
saying?
you've already been there. They're not going to ruin it for you. They're going to enhance
Fine,
the
I'll
new
go
experience.
to a museum I've never been to before. I can't think of it's hard to think of museums you haven't been. Oh, I've never been to the Guggenheim in Bilbao.
Yeah. Okay.
And you're crazy if you think a kid is ruining that for me on my first go around. Okay, so then let's see. You got to carry so much shit.
Yes.
If it was just you and JD, you would just leave the hotel with whatever was in your pockets.
I still
Now you got to
too
carry
much.
a stroller. You got to carry diapers, washcloths.
Okay,
You're constantly
let me
looking for a
say.
bathroom.
Okay, let's just draw the line at diapers. Do not travel with a child that's still in diapers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would almost add stroller to that. I mean,
Yeah,
Okay,
was
fine.
4? Or it was after that.
yeah, if they're 4 and above,
It's fine.
it's fine. They can walk and they can carry all their shit. You may think that they can't, but they can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'll get them one of those little Pikachu knapsacks that has
Exactly.
rollers on it.
Exactly.
Can't go out at night, so you can't experience half of a city. Like half of a city is, what does this look like at night?
You can.
Is it like this but darker with lights? Yes, it is. But sometimes those lights are twinkling and they're magical, so you can't go out at night.
You can if you get a sitter, if you have family that is going on that vacation and they
What are
want
you
to.
Okay, but you
talking
keep
about?
saying
Fucking
family, but-
Jean-Pierre's gonna walk in there with a Gauloise cigarette, and you've never met him before, and you're gonna say, "Here, take care of my children."
If you desperately want to go out, there are people you can pay
Yeah.
to do that.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you're being real positive, Pete, about this, and I
You're not ready
I
for that.
respect that.
I'm not gonna. Okay, I'm not gonna. It's not. It's just different. It's not good or
Okay,
bad.
that's the right
It's
way
just
to look at it.
different. Like it's just
Yeah,
a
no, but
different
JD,
experience.
JD, that's not the point of the show.
Like I'm not. I still haven't gone to New York City with my kids because I'm just not going to do it because I can't do any of the shit with them that I want to do. Like I can't take
Such
them to the
as?
Comedy Cellar. I can't.
Okay.
We can't go out to one of the random Irish bars or whatever. And but that day is coming. It's coming soon. It's coming very soon.
Right.
But
Very soon.
So I'm waiting. I'm just waiting, biding my time for that. But we also took the kids to Chicago when they were very young,
Yeah.
and I had a fucking blast.
Even, even after Jackson needed to have pineapple juice with dinner, which you don't sell a lot of pineapple juice at the bar. And he puked all over our bed that night when we got home. It was
brutal. But bounced back right away.
And we went out. Didn't we go and like wash off in the that water park?
In Millennium Park, yeah.
It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. Like, we went to Millennium Park. Wait, it's called Millennium Park, where the bean is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we went there, and then there's these, I'm sure they're still there, but these waterfalls, like these, it's an art installation, and they got pictures and stuff. And, we spent at least 90 minutes there just splashing around in, like, basically taking showers in the,
Kind of being kids,
Yeah,
with the kids.
And if Rachel and I had been by ourselves, we're not frolicking around in the waterfall, at nighttime, in the middle of Millennium Park. It's just not something we as adults are going to do, but fucking you're goddamn right I was in there with the kids.
You remember how to play and have fun and not be fucking thinking about, Oh,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, if I didn't have kids, I wouldn't be at this Chuck E. Cheese in Lucerne, Switzerland.
We don't do
You don't
that
do
shit.
that, though.
They accommodate our, what things that we want to go to, but we find a way that it's still for them and us.
Yeah.
Be creative.
What did we
about
do
it.
when we were in Chicago? We went to see Hamilton. It's a 3-hour plus show. Kids, they loved it.
There were kids behind us complaining, and how old were they when we were there? And Lincoln and Jackson were like, how dare he complain? We're at Hamilton. This is when they were at their high musical theater.
Why are they talking so fast? Just called the art form of rap. Okay.
Anyway, I think traveling with kids is great. You just got to approach it in a way that's,
Lower your expectations.
Well, no, not
Just look
Change
at it
your
differently.
expectations. Have no expectations.
have no
Return
expectations.
to a time of innocence. See the world as a naif.
That's right. That's exactly
Beautiful.
right.
You're
Okay.
a poet.
I still say not good, and I apologize. I want to
You know why? You know why,
to my
Matt?
parents. I want to apologize to my parents for every trip they took me on that I tried my best to ruin. I mean, I remember even a domestic trip. Well, I guess it would have been not domestic because we were living in Canada. Took a road trip through Arizona. We were like seeing the healing red rock vortexes of Tucson. We went to Sedona, like one of the most beautiful places. I've been back, a few years ago. It was amazing.
Right.
Beautiful hikes, beautiful red rocks. We went to the fucking Grand Canyon. The eighth wonder of the world. Oh, no, is it in the 7
I
wonders?
think it's
Who
in the
knows?
top 7.
It should be.
Gotta be.
Number 1 with a bullet. Then we drove from the Grand Canyon into Las Vegas. The whole time we're complaining. My sister and I were crying. We're fighting with each other in the back seat, literally doing he stepped over the middle seat line. We drive down the strip in Vegas, and we were like, oh my God, it's amazing. Like, after all that was the first reaction we had. God, that would kill me if I was a parent.
But you have fond
ready.
memories of that. You have fond memories of that.
Yes, and I think I totally agree with Rachel that it's deferred.
Yeah.
But in the moment, I don't know if me knowing they're going to eventually look back on this with fondness is going to be able to carry me through.
Lincoln just said to me yesterday, I really want to go on a trip as the family. I really want to go here. I want to go here.
God,
and I'm
this
like,
kid is really winding you up for something.
yeah,
We need to
something
find
big,
out
yeah.
what he needs and what he wants.
yeah, maybe he just enjoys watching me.
Yeah, no, he's taking advantage of your your emotional fortitude at the moment.
I think, honestly, it's going to be 3 more days of this, and then... So, you don't feel like you're too young to be a grandma, do you?
Jesus. Matt, yeah.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's fine, and I can relive that child care time.
That's right. She said she loved it, Lincoln.
I really am alarmed at how ready you are to be a grandparent. It's
Sorry.
It's really I can't.
It's better than wanting to be a parent again.
That's true.
These eggs are still working. Anyway.
And on that note, when people need help navigating life's biggest decisions, like whether to have a third child way too late in life after their others are grown up and have left the house and they've already done the hard work, there's really no reason to start from zero. They seek our wise counsel, and we deliver an airtight verdict. It's time to settle this. So, Rachel, a person emailed in, and we're going to give them some advice. Hey, Matt, I love my girlfriend very much. It is likely that I will ask her to marry me someday, and if our conversations are any indication, she will say yes. Pretty much everything about her is perfect, except for one little issue. Her mother. They say you can't pick your family, and that's true, but I'd argue you can pick your in-laws. And let's just say that my future mother-in-law is a handful. She frequently makes very inappropriate comments, often sexual in nature, to my girlfriend, to me, and to other members of her family about my girlfriend and me.
Oh.
I have a traditional conservative mother who would die if she knew I was sexually active. And because of this, I've been unable to let the two mothers meet. I think that my girlfriend needs to have a conversation with her mother about this behavior and nip it in the bud. I don't think I can hear about how my girlfriend must be a, quote, fireball in the sack if she's anything like her mother again. My girlfriend believes it would be unproductive to address this with her mother and that it would only make things worse. She thinks that it will get better with time and the sexual comments will go away and that it's not my place to try and change her mother. I want to believe her, but it's been 2 years and there's been no drop-off in comments. Is it unfair of me to try to force my girlfriend to have this conversation with her own mother? Is it unreasonable for me to talk to her myself if I'm constantly feeling uncomfortable? I need some help settling this. Thanks. It's from Jack, the nervous son-in-law. So, Rachel, here's another great example of when our listeners write in, they pretend they have a problem, but what they're really doing is bragging about the amazing sex they're having. And I just want to say to Jack, congratulations on your
Jack.
girlfriend being a fireball in the sack, just like her mom.
Well, hold on. That hasn't been confirmed.
Oh, well.
If she's anything like her mother, she's a fireball in the sack, but we don't know.
Also,
Jack didn't say anything like that. He would never stoop to that level.
how young is he if his mother would be mortified to know he was sexually active? Like,
Well, if he's not married, if she's
I
super
see.
He's saying- I mean-
conservative.
Gotcha, yeah.
Well, okay, so let me make my first point, which is, Jack, you're upset that her mother has a thing. And that thing is Randy overshare.
Yeah.
Right? And it sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I hate to tell you this, and if you subscribe to the Patreon, I hope you will continue to subscribe after, but your mother also has a thing, and that thing is religious woman who can't accept that her adult son is sexually active.
Right. And I will, let me just tack on to that. Jack, it is not your responsibility to protect your mother from anybody else in the world, especially your soon-to-be wife's hopefully mother.
Yeah.
She
But
lives
this
in the
isn't about
world.
protection.
What's that?
This isn't about protection.
I think
this
it is.
It's about him being like, my life is going to get so much more annoying if my mother finds out I'm sexually active.
Right.
Now I have to go to church all the time. Now I have to now my girlfriend can't come over. Now we can't have the door closed.
Oh, I see.
You know what I'm saying?
So in between,
he's protecting himself, not his mother.
Right, for the duration of the engagement, then there's going to be no sexy time over there, and just
Right.
We just whatever.
Because right now the mother thinks what? You're reading Bible verses to each other?
Holding hands and praying. I do think it's more than reasonable for his girlfriend to talk to his mom and say, stop making my fucking boyfriend uncomfortable with your lewd and yucky statements. Like, there's no reason.
Lewd and yucky.
Well, like, I don't want to hear about I don't want to hear about your mother having sex. Like, I just don't. And you don't want to hear about my mother having sex. It's just not a thing. It's not funny.
Well,
it's just
in her
icky.
defense, she's not talking about her having sex. She's merely positing that she is very good at sex.
Right.
And certainly she has passed down some of these traits to her daughter.
That's right.
That's too much. It's too much, especially for if that is driving him away from her. Like, she may want to consider confronting her mother. Like, or he can just say, please stop making me uncomfortable. Like, if his dad kept saying sexual things to his girlfriend, would he not stand up for that?
Suddenly it's not as hot, people. That's called a perspective shift. And that's called why it's important to have female voices on podcasts. Because if it was just me and JD here and some grunting male comedian, we would never think of that. We would just be thinking about how hot it is that his mother is a fireball on the set.
That's right. What's wrong with that? That's what you have to look forward to, guy.
Stop!
But suddenly knowing that her dad can really blow out a bat and stroke it for hours, suddenly that's not so charming anymore.
It's not charming at all.
Yeah.
No, it's mother-in-law needs to bring it down a notch and save her dirty mouth for her group of friends who she can have fun with, and it makes him uncomfortable, and it's important to address it.
Also,
that's right, Rachel. Tell your friends how good your daughter fucks.
Yeah.
If she needs if she needs to do that, take it somewhere else.
Save it for the baby shower.
God, yeah. Don't attend the baby shower. What's his name?
Jack. Well, yeah. I mean, sounds like you wouldn't.
Well, sometimes everybody.
Sorry, I interrupted you, JD.
I was going to say the mother-in-law needs to be informed by somebody, because she may be completely oblivious to the fact that she's making anyone uncomfortable. That's just her thing. She's she's got a dirty mouth.
I mean, nobody calls her on her shit. And so she doesn't have to change her behavior.
And it doesn't have to be calling her on her shit in a confrontational way. Just be like, hey, just FYI, Jack's mom is pretty conservative, and it makes him really uncomfortable when you talk this way in front of us, and please don't do that anymore. Yeah. I'm sure she'd be fine with it.
Yeah.
But also, if this was me, I think, aren't you more embarrassed of your own family? Like, what I'm saying is, like, Rachel, like, let's say this was your case, so it's you, JD, and it's your mother, and your mother said something like this. Wouldn't you be more embarrassed than JD, the son-in-law, in this situation? Like, you'd be like, Jesus, Mom, stop. I don't think you would need to wait for JD to be like, your mom used the phrase dicking her down real good in front of me, and I'm just a little concerned about that.
Yeah, it is weird that she wouldn't say, Mom, not cool.
Not cool.
Stop it. Yeah, no, definitely. And
has this ever happened to you? Okay, go watch the video to see one of the best reactions in the history of this show.
Okay. I'm just
Oh,
leaving it at that.
We're getting a no. We're getting a no comment.
Just a no comment.
I mean,
An
Jason, you
NC.
can say what you want.
You know what? I enjoy my mother-in-law. She's great to have around, and she has a wild sense of humor sometimes, and occasionally, she'll use some body humor. Let's just say.
She works blue.
And it doesn't really bother me, but it does sometimes bother Rachel.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's my point.
Yeah, and
that.
she'll do it. She'll do exactly what she's saying, which is, "Ew, don't say that," or "That's gross, Mom," that kind of thing. So
Gotcha. Have one of your own kids ever said like, "Oh, Mom or Dad, you might not realize this, but you really embarrassed me in front of such and such by saying whatever"?
not specifically.
I'm gonna guess yes, but
Well, there was an incident yesterday.
oh,
that wasn't sexy though.
No, it
That was
wasn't.
not. No, this is totally different. That's just parent embarrassing normal stuff. Yeah. I don't think so.
Okay, well, let's see if this counts, Matt. This is
Yeah.
the incident that happened yesterday. Since we mentioned it,
Go ahead, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do.
there was a meeting. Jackson's going to Paris. Right, next 2 weeks from now. And I don't know. They had a meeting. Like, it was all the parents, all the kids were there. Rachel was there, Jackson was there, and all the people. And I guess they were talking about like, hey, you got to be careful because there's scams out there. Well, Rachel chimed in and said, "Oh yeah, great bringing this up because the kids got scammed by some people last time we were in Paris."
I said.
never mind. I thought you were gonna say something different.
I said specifically, the steps at Sacré-Cœur. Oh my God, I can't even speak. Montmartre. You go
Yeah.
up there. They
Oui.
run ahead of you, and they get hit by scammers at the top. So if the chaperones can't make it before the kids, yeah, and that happened. And Jackson was like, "I didn't get scammed. Lincoln did. Why'd you have to say that?" I'm like, "I'm sorry."
He was embarrassed.
Oh, he was embarrassed because you were saying he was
Yeah, he got scammed. But he didn't.
young
He
and
didn't.
impressionable.
Yeah.
Well, you got to pick one, Rachel, because you said you wanted them, when you travel them, to be young and innocent and naive, and now you're getting upset that they're falling for a 3-card Monty scam.
No, I was just trying to inform. Watch the steps at Sacré-Cœur.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not going to be a chaperone on this trip? No. Okay, smart. Now, one thing before I move on, just to quibble with Jack here, he said, what did he say here? They say you can't pick your family, and that's true, but I'd argue you can pick your in-laws. Jack, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Well,
What are you going to do? Break up with someone that you love and get along with? You know how hard it is to find that? And you're going to break up with her because your in-laws suck?
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be annoying, sure. And maybe that's something like you can put on your list to balance whether this is the right relationship. Like if the relationship is mid to bad and they have horrible parents that make you uncomfortable, then sure. But if you're in love with this person and you're going to marry her, just like you said, you can't pick your in-laws. You deal with them.
Yeah.
But
You
what?
can't pick your sister-in-laws. Well, let's not even get to that. Annoying siblings? You can't pick your brother-in-laws.
Yeah, who may come in later. You haven't even met
right.
them yet.
That's right. Yeah. So you can't really pick, and I don't think that should be a consideration.
Yeah.
All right. Rachel, not everything, or really what I wanted to say was, not everyone is going to agree with everything you say. But sometimes you have to stand alone on the edge of popular consensus. It's time for unpopular opinions. Do you think you're someone that has unpopular opinions? Like, do you ever find yourself in the situation where you'll, like, say something confidently and people kind of look at you cockeyed and say, huh, well,
Almost
I think
everything
that
that
way.
comes out of my mouth.
okay, that's what I was getting to. I think you have some opinions that might not be popular, but these are unpopular opinions I have found on the internet, and I'm going to read them to you. You tell me if you think they're good, if you agree or not. First one, I prefer having a nightmare over a good dream. And this person wrote, I'd rather have a nightmare than a good dream. When I wake up from a nightmare, I feel relieved because whatever I dreamt wasn't real. When I have a really good dream, I'm disappointed when I wake up because the dream wasn't real. What?
Like, that's fucking nuts.
This person is saying, I mean, aren't they basically saying I'd rather not be in a good relationship because then the person might break up with me, or
Right.
Yeah. Like they're saying I don't deserve good things because they're fleeting. Everything is fleeting.
Yeah.
Is it not?
Yes, 100%. 100%.
So no matter how good things are, like in the good dream or in real life, frankly, they're not going to stay that way forever. This too shall pass, as they say.
Yeah.
When things are bad, they're not going to be bad forever.
Yeah.
So I say take the good dream.
Yeah.
And be thankful and shut up.
Yeah.
But Rachel, what say you?
I've woken up from nightmares completely drenched in tears, and I've went through mentally the experience of death of a loved one. No, I don't want to I'd rather have a nice dream of flying through the sky and then you wake up happy, not fucking traumatized.
Yeah, and you go,
no, thank you.
Yeah, it's exactly what you say, Matt. That was nice. I was flying there.
I love that.
Nice. Woo!
Woo!
Now, you bring up a good point, Rachel, because this guy's saying a nightmare is better because when you wake up for a nightmare, you feel relieved that it wasn't real. But he's acting as if, like you're saying, like let's say the nightmare you had where you went through the death of a loved one, you wake up, you're sweating, you're literally crying, and you're like, wow, I feel so relieved. Let me wash my hands of that. I'm having a great day. No, you're thinking about that person dying all day. And you're wondering, why did I have this dream now? Maybe you call them and say, are you okay? Because I just dreamed of you. They say, I'm dead.
And you're psychic.
How did you know? I'd also say, though, as you get older, this is a trend I've noticed, and you guys tell me if I'm on the right track here. As you get older, good dreams kind of get phased out. And there's really two kinds of dreams. There's either no dreams or bad dreams.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I woke up and I was like, shake Jill. I'm like, Jill, I was flying.
The only good dreams I've had have been horny dreams.
Well, those count. Those
Yeah.
count.
I mean, those count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is a sort of a separate category of a wet dream. And I don't mean crying.
Hey, man,
Crying from somewhere else.
a sex dream
From
is
the,
a good dream.
From
It's-
the employee of the month place, if you know what I'm saying. Polyester dries faster than cotton, though. So that is also good. What are we talking about here? Another thing. Okay. Good dreams need better branding. Because you have the bad dream
Yeah.
is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking frightening. Nightmare on Elm Street? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Good dream. Why doesn't it have a sweet dream? What?
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Yeah, that's a good point. You got to come up with something. You can do this.
That is a good point.
Yeah. New
So what
branding.
are we talking? So we talk. It's like, oh my god, I just had a sweet mare, or I just had a.
Rebrand this shit.
Well, what is mare? Isn't mare?
It's like a horse. It's like a
like a-
nasty horse that comes in and
Dark horse.
like
that,
or like a apocalypse.
four horsemen of the apocalypse, maybe. I mean, I'm
So
just
you don't
guessing.
want a mare.
No.
Uh,
Like a
but
fairy.
also, isn't a sweet dream like sleep tight? Don't let the bed bugs bite. Sweet dreams. To me, that just means sleep well. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It does not even referring to the kind of dreams
Right,
you're
right.
having, because you could sleep well without ever having a dream, and I'll take that 10 times out of 10. To
Sure,
be honest,
yeah.
I'm not rolling the dice on. Am I going to think about a loved one dying?
Right. Yeah.
Because I know that's coming or I'm going to have a dream where I'm failing constantly at
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or you can't find
All
your
right.
pants.
Okay, we're going to rebrand this.
We got to rebrand. If you have a good name for a good dream, let us know. And if you would prefer to have nightmares over good dreams, I don't know what to tell you. This podcast
Yeah.
can't help you.
Yeah.
You're on your own there. All right, next one. People shouldn't prevent their friends from getting together with their exes after their relationship is over. This person says, if the relationship is over, then it's over. I don't understand why friends make their friends' lives harder with this girl code or bro code bullshit. Now, here we have an unpopular opinion from a guy who very clearly wants to bang his best friend's ex.
Yeah.
So much so that he's writing Reddit posts to try to get people to agree with him. Saying, it's okay if I do it, right?
Give me permission, folks.
What do you think, though, Rachel?
I mean, how often are they hanging out with this couple that it would cause problems? Like are they
It's a
close?
friend. It's
Like,
a friend. It's
a close friend.
I'm going to guess this person is in high school or college. So you're hanging out with the same peer group very frequently. You're going to the same bars, whatever, restaurants, hanging out at the same people's house parties, things like that. So, and now picture your best friend. Mm-hmm. So you're going to see them, and you're going to see your ex-boyfriend with your friend. I mean, best friend or even friend.
I guess it really depends on how much baggage is there. Like, you don't want to, is it worth sex unless it's like love to ruin a friendship because somebody's got baggage that they can't get rid of?
I don't think it matters how much baggage there is, because you're going to create, even if there was no baggage, first of all, what kind of relationship is that ends and you're both like, woo?
Well, it happens.
That's fine.
There's no, like, it could have
Not
just...
to me.
Oh.
So,
So
I think even if there's no baggage, you're going to create baggage.
I don't think that's true for most people. Like, if you carry baggage from every relationship, that's a fucking huge sack on your back. I don't know about that saying, but anyway, like that's too much to carry around. Every single person you have a relationship with.
I know, but maybe 4 relationships ago doesn't hurt you as much. But if you just broke up with this person,
if it's
come
really
on, and it's
soon.
young love,
like
your emotions are so out of control.
Yeah, there's
Your
got to be some
cortex
time in the
isn't
bank.
fully developed. I mean, well, let me ask you:
It's
has
true.
this happened to either of you, where you've broken up with someone and then a friend of yours has dated them?
Well,
yeah, 100%. And
Did it bother you?
I've done it to other people.
yeah.
Right.
Rachel dated a friend of mine before we got married, or before we got together,
Yeah.
And
we're still friends with that guy.
Oh.
Does it bother me? It doesn't bother me at all. Does it bother him? I don't care.
Well, I think once you get married, I don't think that person's can still be upset about it. Like it worked out, because it's it's kind of like you're gonna start dating or hooking up with this girl from the guy's perspective, and it probably is not gonna last based on statistics and us being 19 years old.
Yeah.
So you're gonna risk a potential lifetime friendship with me to be with this girl for 3 weeks? That doesn't make sense.
No. I mean,
So
there could be conversation.
and Rachel, on your end, you never had a friend date an ex-boyfriend or a girlfriend?
Yeah, we were pretty busy
You guys are
in
so
high school.
enlightened.
We were busy in high school.
I literally, like, your friend group, wherever you are, whether it's in high school or in... Like, it's insane to me if you were in high school and you were dating a girl, and then your entire friend group that girl would be off limits to them.
It's called loyalty.
To who? To a fucking goofball
friend.
high school friend that you're probably never going to see again?
Excuse me, I'm friends with many people from high school, and so are you.
You went to an all-boys school.
So what? We were all hot for each other. We were in the showers. What happened there when the bathroom door locks? That's none of your business.
Yeah.
But we had our fate. No, I'm just kidding. You know, on the Patreon, which I don't know, again, I'm ruining another part of it. I came up with this theory of, or not theory, but we were talking about unethical things that we've done that we don't consider to be unethical. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Like lying is unethical, but there are certain situations in which we've lied that we're totally comfortable that we lied, that we wouldn't go back and change anything. To me, I think this is an unenlightened position that's not actually unenlightened. Like this idea that you shouldn't date your friend's exes. I think it's unenlightened because we should be saying your friend is free, that your ex is free.
Yeah.
Life goes on. You've no claim on people. So it's unenlightened to say you shouldn't do that. But I actually don't think it's unenlightened because I think it really tears apart friend groups most of the time for no really good reason. And it's just not like if a person is in pain, then don't do something that's going to,
Well,
put them
especially
more in
if
pain.
you know that the person is hurt, then that's just kind of mean. But
if you give it a little time, I just don't think that you could be missing out on the love of your life because of some
so
stupid
give people
bro
advice,
code.
JD. How much time needs to pass?
It's case by case.
And
to
check
be
in on
honest.
your friend to see if they're okay. Show some
Well, then he's
self-control.
like,
You don't have to
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool if you
No,
want to
no,
do it. Yeah.
you don't. You
Not like
don't
that.
ask permission.
Not
You
like
don't ask
that.
permission. You don't need to ask permission. From a guy's point of view, you do not need to ask permission. It's up to the girl. If she's
Fair.
ready to date you, then she's ready to date you.
Okay, what I'll say is what you're saying is completely fair. Guy, you don't need your friend's permission, but you must be prepared that you might lose that friendship. And if you do, you can't be angry about, or I mean, you can
right.
be upset about it, but like you can't be surprised. Is
Yeah,
what I guess,
that's
what I'm trying to say.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Rachel, we got one more. Being asked to smile is not a big deal. This person continues. I'm a woman who works at a grocery store. When I was a teen, I used to read stuff online that made it seem like asking a woman to smile was the worst insult you could ever say and deserved a pretty harsh clapback or death. Oh, okay.
A little harsh.
First year, a little harsh. The first year I started working, some guy asked me to smile, and I said, "It's too early for that, maybe when I get home." And he laughed, and then we both went about our day. It was a mild surprise that it happened, but I was happy with my response, and I didn't think it was such a big deal. So, unpopular opinion, Rachel, being asked to smile is not a big deal. Maybe start by telling us, has anyone ever asked you to smile?
Oh, fucking numerous times. And guess what? It's always men. Mm-hmm. And never.
So why are you always frowning? Why are you walking around like a Farbissina, always so upset?
And do those men ever ask other men? Smile. What's wrong? When you're only asking women to smile for your satisfaction, there's a problem. What? Like, why are you trying to dominate me?
Okay, what if he's taking your picture?
Well, hopefully not a passport picture, because then he's really screwing you.
You're right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I don't like to be told what to do in the best of times, but especially if I've got to be in my bonnet and I'm doing something and then some fucker comes up and tells me to smile because I'm putting him out by not looking happy enough around him. Fuck off. And
Right.
I'd like to see you ask another man to smile. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. It's just for the ladies.
Yeah. Because we want to see you smiling.
It's because you want to fucking be fucking
Hey, babe,
dominating fuckers.
baby. Pretty. Turn that frown upside down. You look so pretty when you smile.
I equate
And
it.
they're saying there's something wrong with that. I'm giving you good advice.
Oh, very good advice. And it actually, your brain can be tricked into thinking you're happy by putting a smile on and using those muscles.
See?
Yeah.
Oh,
It actually
it
can change
Okay,
your
just
mood.
want you to know that's not the fire alarm. That is my neighbor. He seems to be doing some repair work on his car. I see the hood is open, and I'm going to guess that sound's not going to stop for a while. Oh, there we go.
It stopped.
Hey,
There we go.
be
Fixed.
positive.
Nice.
Be positive. And we thank him for that. He's got, those charging cables that you
Oh,
put-
yeah.
Jumper cables?
Jumper cables.
He's got those on there, so
Ooh.
might hear an engine revving soon.
Oh, sweet.
No, this is a case, Rachel, where we actually don't need you on the show. We don't need a female perspective to know that this unpopular opinion is wrong.
But it's
interesting.
it is very surprising the amount of men out there who think that it's their place to tell other people, women especially, to smile. Like,
Only women. You don't have to
Okay,
say
I know.
especially.
What are they getting out of it?
I know.
That's what I don't understand.
Because you're not getting a smile most of the time, except for this one crazy person on Reddit who's like, yeah, you know what? You're right.
No, but she didn't even smile. She
That's
said
right.
no.
She
She's
laughed.
saying
She
it's not a
said
big
she
deal.
laughed. She said he
Just
laughed
you-
and I laughed.
Just use this hilarious line. It's too early for that. Maybe when I get home.
Please.
Okay?
That's-
Fucking Joan Rivers over here came up with the ultimate comeback. Also, to this person that wrote this, what if you work nights? You can't say it's too early. I guess change it to it's too late.
Right.
But anyway, I don't get that. We all know smiling is involuntary. It's the product of a feeling, right? So if you're happy or charmed or whatever, and things are going good, you might smile involuntarily. So it's not the smile isn't the feeling itself. It's the byproduct of a feeling.
That's right.
So if you're a man and you say smile, or you look better when you smile, and then that person gives you a fake fucking or whatever, what is that doing for you? Because they're not actually happy. They're not. It's like, it really means like you're prettier when you smile means when you smile, I can trick myself easier into thinking you like me.
Right.
It's
Right?
for them. It's for them.
Yeah.
But it's just, have you ever had a depressed friend and you're like, they're not doing so great, I should call them, and they pick up the phone and you just scream, be happy! It doesn't work.
Just
Or what
smile.
about yelling at someone to laugh?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not going to make them laugh.
You're right.
The laugh is the byproduct of a funny thing said.
Yeah.
Right.
So if I told someone to laugh and they laughed, I wouldn't feel any enjoyment out of it.
Right.
So what are these men getting out of it? I really don't understand.
Domination. They're fucking gross. They don't. Yeah. Sorry.
So
You're just saying it's a power move.
Yeah.
Is it a better move to, rather than ask for the smile, do something to evoke the smile?
Yes.
And by that, I mean not say anything and walk away.
That's just...
Or, hear me out, close-up magic. Maybe something with a coin.
Okay, you know what? Better than saying you should smile more. Or, hey,
if a guy
smile.
pulled a coin from behind your ear, Rachel, you would smile immediately.
If they were coming in at me, I think they might get punched before they got to do the trick. Do your magic enough of a distance that I don't feel like you're trying to assault me. And then maybe you'll get a smirk.
Rachel's like, do your magic at a distance. Guys, ma'am, it's literally called close-up magic.
Can I touch you, ma'am?
I don't know what. From this distance, anyone could do this. Is this your card? I don't know. Got to get binoculars out to see it. All right, Rachel, there's only one thing left to do, and that's play subjective trivia. And you should feel honored, because something that's never happened before, this is based off an email suggestion.
Ooh.
Hi, Matt and JD. I was recently playing a game of Monopoly Junior with my kids and noticed that this version borrows the race car and battleship pieces from the regular version of the game, but adds a cartoonish cat and dog. Objectively, I think the best Monopoly piece is the battleship, but subjectively, what do you think? That's from Liam in Leslieville. So I got this email, thought it'd be nice to ask. Also, I know you're a big board game head, and that you like to torture your children by forcing them to play. So the question today is, what is the best Monopoly piece? And I want to, clarify, the best original Monopoly piece. So this sent me down a rabbit hole. I didn't know how many different iterations of these tokens, whatever you want to call them, pieces there are, and how they keep getting swapped out. Apparently in 2017, Parker, whoever does this, they put up a poll, and they got rid of the wheelbarrow, the boot, and the thimble. And they were replaced by a T-Rex, a rubber ducky, and a penguin?
I like the rubber ducky.
This is news to me.
Yeah.
This is news to me. Okay, but there are 7 original pieces, and we put the picture up to help you.
Yeah.
Here we go. Top hat, dog, car. I hate that this is in here because I can't say this word properly. Iron?
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Okay. Iron, cannon, horse, thimble. So again, the original 7 Monopoly pieces. I want you to tell me which is the best one. Top hat, dog, car, iron, cannon, horse, thimble. Now, this is a hard question because there's 7 choices, Rachel. It's hard to determine, but there's 100% a reasoning to my answer. And if you think about the game and the purpose of the game, you might be able to get it. So talk it out with JD.
Before we go on, have you seen the clip of Norm Macdonald saying iron with Larry King? Larry King gives him a hard time.
He has the same affliction as
he
me?
has the same affliction. He's close to Quebec borders, so that's where he grew up, so.
Oh, this makes me feel so good. So he says iron.
He says iron, and it's during the Larry King interview, and Larry King just gets up his ass about it. But anyways.
I will look that up.
Look it up. Okay, Rachel. I think he gave it away with his hint.
Oh,
there.
absolutely. But that was my instinct to begin with. It's always the car is my instinct.
Oh, wow. Okay. No, that's not what I was thinking.
Oh, you were thinking otherwise. I was thinking that his hint was you're driving through these properties like you're driving down these streets. So.
Right. But what's the goal of the game? Monopoly.
All right, to get all the properties.
And what is the person who has the Monopoly wear?
Oh, the top
hat. Goddamn top hat.
Oh,
that's what I think
I was thinking movement on the board through the properties.
That's a good guess, too.
Okay, Rachel, but the car doesn't actually work.
Oh, really?
You're moving it with your hand just like you're moving the horse or the thimble.
I know, but it still feels more real.
Rachel's like, well, I don't want to be the dog because then it's going to start moving without me.
Oh, fuck you.
I'm going to have to take it for walks. I'm going to have to pick up its poop.
Right? Yeah.
Then you definitely don't want to be the horse.
Oh, yeah. Dirty.
Okay, so you both have interesting theories.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do we?
Well, let's subtract them. Okay. What's the worst here?
I mean, like the iron or the cannon.
The iron, the cannon,
and the. I mean, I don't know. I have a thing for the thimble, but
Yeah, but it's the worst. It's like a garbage
Yeah,
can.
upside down, yeah.
Okay, so we're left with the dog, top hat, and car. I don't think he's gonna say dog.
Yeah.
Gotta
The,
feed it.
the horse is kind of cool.
I mean, the horse again, kind of. I don't know.
Doesn't really fit in with his hint.
Okay, I'm just gonna tell you have excellent reasoning, but give me an answer. I like
Okay.
everything you've said.
Okay. All right. You want to just go car, Rachel?
I'll just go with my gut.
Okay. So we're going with car.
Rachel, what have I told you?
Uh-oh.
Never go with your gut. It's top hat.
Oh, Jason knows you better than me.
No, he doesn't know me better. He understands the game better. I don't mean subjective trivia, the game. I mean Monopoly, the game.
That's right.
Because, as far as I know, this was like in the early 1900s, and it was the whole point of the game was like, how bad are these, Gilded Age robber barons?
Yeah.
The rich get richer. They're keeping all this property. There are these monopolies, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why we got Lena Khan. She's gonna take down big tech. Anyways,
Yeah, I was going
So-
with what I liked best.
like the thimble or the humble iron, these are the working man's tools. And I think
Yeah.
the point of the game is you think, I want to start humble, then get all
Yes.
these properties, get super rich, Park Place, Boardwalk, now I win the game, rags to riches. But I think kind of the subtext of the game is, no, that's not how it works. The rich get richer.
Right.
If you're the scion of a Rockefeller
Yeah.
or Carnegie, you're going to be rich because they were rich.
Yeah.
You're not going to start at zero.
You're right.
So I think if you
Wah,
want to win
wah.
this game, you go top hat.
Yeah. Yep.
Go in with, I'm winning this.
A real fake it till you make it type
Yeah.
of move there with the top hat.
Yep. Fascinating stuff, though. So really think about that next time you play Monopoly. Rachel,
Hey-yo.
where can people find you if you would want them to find you?
On the
Maybe
Great
just give out your
Beyond.
home address.
On the Great Beyond. Check it out. Thursdays. It's not just Is This Good? It's also the Great
Right.
Beyond.
That's right.
Get there.
Right.
Make it happen.
It's a good show, right?
Right? Go through and watch all the shorts, too. They're fabulous.
Did you see there were two people on Twitter? I know you're not on Twitter, Rachel, but two people on Twitter being like, I was just on the Is This Good YouTube page. I'm confused. Why doesn't this have thousands of followers? Well, we do have thousands, but why doesn't it have hundreds of thousands of followers?
Oh, I love it.
Because this show's fucking funny and it's good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well planned, well researched, well performed,
Yes.
well edited.
You didn't put that.
These people are in different parts of the country. It sounds like they're in the same room. What am I?
Wow.
How fucking stupid am I that I don't understand why this isn't the most popular show in America? Did I get hit in the head or something? So that was it was great to see.
That's
Thank you
fabulous.
Thank
to
you for
people
that
that are
comment.
saying that. But it only kind of makes me feel more insane. Remember to check us out at patreon.com/isthisgood. Subscribe to Is This Good on YouTube. If you have topics, email us at isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. I could use some good topics. Feel like I'm running low on good topics. That's up to you to think if I will think it's a good topic. It's our own little subjective trivia that we play with each other. Thanks for listening. Thanks to Rachel for coming on. Thanks in advance for leaving a 5-star review. Can't believe we got through this whole thing without talking pickleball. For everyone, I'm Matt Austin, and this was good. We'll see you next week.
There's still
Oh, Rachel
time.
doesn't say bye because it's a different show.
You've thrown me for a loop. I don't know what to say.